What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Chopper channel coming to you with the beginning of the week, Monday edition of Labor Day edition of MLB Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell goes a long way for me on this video, goes a long way for you. That way you become a proud son of our great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. Made a little excursion this weekend, but I'm back with you here. One of the most beautiful places in the world, Pebble Beach. It was incredible. Hit a golf ball around okay until I duck hooked it into the ocean on 18. But you know what? That's neither here nor there. It was great times, beautiful, beautiful weekend, and I shot under par, so I will be okay with that. I can hit a golf ball around from time to time. I also love my wife. I think you knew that. We've got Tails Lindy. That's still smashing. Hey, I was able to get a lot of good action in on the weekend, even from Monterey there. You got Novig, ProfitX, Onyx Odds. We were able to get some money down and win some money. Oh, Saturday we did not. Saturday had a limited card and got swept, reverse swept that is, and then Sunday came back with a fury, with a vengeance, back at the home base, and boy, that felt good to get in the premium Discord and put up some good work there. Had some unbelievable stuff. Lemon Fresh, damn it, bro. I did not end up seeing his card to be able to tail. He ends up turning 5 into 500. I mean, unbelievable stuff there. Shay in the college football streets had an amazing time as well in that Discord. Just college football is not my thing, and so I will not be covering college football in any capacity. I'll throw a bet in here or there if I think there's an edge. Obviously, anytime there's an edge for anything, I'm going to be posting that and betting, throwing it into Tails. That is Tails Lindy. If you guys want to sign up, that is directly on your screen. Right now, we got NFL this week. Yeah, happy NFL week to everybody here. Happy Labor Day. Be safe, don't drink and drive, do all of those smart kid things. But I knew that I was going Thursday to Sunday to come back and take care of my dog. I also love my wife, but we had to get back into work here because I knew early baseball on Monday, I wanted to be back in the home base, and knowing that we have a busy NFL week, a busy opportunity to make ourselves a lot of money. Jatavian Sanders, where are you at? Can we get some receiving? Can we get some yardage there? Adam Thielen gone, Jalen Coker out. Going to be crazy stuff. Jalen Coker, didn't see that piece of news coming. That's because they didn't report it until later. But you know what? All the NFL ins and outs, going to be giving you a more detailed plan of what I've got in store for you here on Tuesday. So stay apprised of that. But without further ado, oh yeah, I got to throw this in too. Be like Lindy, join Tails today. That, friends, is down in the video description box as well. So we got the Discord down there. There's also a spot where if you're looking at providing plays, if you're going to be somebody like me, well, be like Lindy, join Tails today. Would love to have you guys there. An amazing platform. It's done wonders for me, and I think it will do the same for you. Alrighty, you know what you want, you know what you need. It's MLB playtime. Want to get these out as fast as possible. Baseball in the morning, kegs and eggs. Let's get to the lanes, shall we? Alrighty, we'll turn that a little bit here as we, like everything, turn. It's September. What the F? Anyway, Miami's taking on Washington here. They don't care about September baseball all that much. Neither of them are going to be playing baseball into October. We know that much, but you got an interesting one here just purely because of, pitcher. It's not a pitcher mismatch, really. We don't even know necessarily who it's going to be on the Miami Marlins side, and I did a lot of digging. I did a lot of searching. I think we're going to end up getting, what was the guy's name? Fulton? No. It's the Phillips one. Like doing a straight-up bullpen game where they could potentially go there. They could also go Balazzo, who completely sucks. So there's that. And Adam Mazur, who ended up getting a start on the 28th. I think this would be a little quick, but he did go 60 pitches. Maybe it's something where he gets an extended look even on 4 days rest. But yeah, there's a lot of weirdness here. And I just wanted to point out James Wood. James Wood is out of control weird. Like, strikeout looking. I've never seen somebody just take pitches, watching them live like James Wood. And I know this isn't like a no ball thing, and you should probably know. I like to no ball, and then I also trust way more heavily on the data side of things. But looking at James Wood, I've just overrid so many plays because the guy has a 54.4% hard hit, a 500 expected slugging, a 30.7% K rate though, and a 12.8% walk rate. That's like as ridiculous of a disparity as you will ever see in those two stat categories. That's like Schwarber on crack. Whatever. I don't really want to talk about that game either. So something's going to pop from it. I know that it is. Ended up on a Riley Adams home run today, which I did not love, but I thought the home run board was difficult. Shout out my guy, Matt Modi, though. Absolutely crushed it. Saw his recap. Holy mother of God. I'm so happy for him because the guy grinds. Love his content. Check him out over Matt Modi. He's in Tails as well. We got the Mets taking on Detroit in this one. And got to tell you, Sean Manaea, Charlie Morton, pretty easy to do the background of this one as opposed to Miami, where they hate all of us. Sean Manaea, 29.8% K rate so far, 4.5% walk rate. Really good stuff. 7.2% barrel percentage. I will take a look at this one tomorrow. I have 3 plays on the card so far, and this one is not one of them here. It is on the outside looking in, but it is very close. I could have put those little stars, dash, dash, dash. That used to be what the lean like was, where I'm like, I really want to bet it, but I want to be very concrete with you and tell you what I bet when I don't, because that's what being forward facing is. Anyway, we got a Bassett K-Letter. This is probably the most important one that I can throw out here for you. The lineup for Cincinnati day over day is drastically impacted in the back half on what your strikeout projection is going to be for a guy like Chris Bassett. For those who don't know, he throws legitimately 7 pitches: 4-seamer, cutter, sinker, slider, change, curve, split. Boom. 7 pitches. He can find ways to kind of intertwine a little bit of here, a little bit of there, but he's throwing the sinker a primary amount of the time, 41%. But that is a setup pitch to get to the good stuff. The curveball, the splitter, the 4-seamer doesn't really exist all that much in terms of getting strikeouts, but a 22.8% K rate, it is going to be massively impacted by what we get for this lineup. You get Elly De La Cruz, you know he's going to be near in the top 5, but Matt McClain is eventually going to start to be like the guy who hits second again. Like, the guy's been on a heater, and you never walk away from the table when you're on a heater, or you go on vacation and you bet anyway. But McClain has been batting 9th for like the entire duration of him being back. You're going to see him up in like the 2-hole sooner rather than later, because Matt McClain is that guy for this team. It's kind of the Byron Buxton treatment. Minnesota fans probably know what I'm talking about. We had Buxton when he was struggling 3-4 years ago and, hurt all the time. We would put him in the 9-hole because he got the straight out yips when we put him in leadoff 4 or 5 years ago. It seems ridiculous now because all he does is lead off and hit bombs, 29 homers. And that was like missing a month of time still. But like, I really think if you get Matt McClain, who has unbelievable bat speed, I mean, that's the thing, 15.9 degree launch angle, the hard hits coming up, but a 27.4% K rate. Maybe they keep him buried there, but you want him hitting above Jose Trevino if he catches. You want him hitting above Santiago Espinal, and Duhar doesn't really strike out either. Although, again, against a righty, I doubt they really have him up the upper portion, if on the field at all, considering Gavin Lux can play left field there, and that's usually the guy who bats second in these kind of scenarios. I'm just really intrigued of how Cincinnati rolls their lineup out day after day after day because of Trevino and Espinal really not striking out, 12 and 11.7% K rates respectively. And then guys who really strike out. Spencer Steer is up there in the 22% land. Anything north of 22% is going to be more strikeout heavy. Anything underneath that, it's going to be, like the 21%. That's going to be your league average. So pay attention to that lineup. I know that was a lot of explanation. Boy, I have a lot of interest if that lineup rolls out the same way. And I don't think the books really change the numbers until we bet them. So be ready to pounce as soon as that lineup drops in the premium Discord. I know I will be taking advantage of that news if it shows up the way that I want it to. Cleveland, you want her to. I don't think you trust. Yeah, System of a Down. That's Father. Cool story. He basically just opened a book, opened the Bible, and landed on that page, and they ended up finishing out the rest of the song because they couldn't figure out a bridge for it. Thought that was cool. Why did I add that? Cleveland +1 here. This one is probably a skip over game. Messick versus Bayo. I don't know what to make of it because Parker Messick is supposed to be that dude for Cleveland coming forward. He is a lefty as well, so you're going to get the Romy Gonzalez version. I don't love simming Boston against lefties. I know you got a lot of righties here, but what ends up happening is you basically have unders or pass because you're going to get some turnover at the back half of that lineup. You're going to get guys like Masataka Yoshida who pinch hit in spots for guys, or, Cedane Rafaela will get pinch hit 4 in some of those spots. Rob Refsnyder will get pinch hit 4. Romy Gonzalez pinch hit 4. These are things they are more than happy to do. And Cleveland has the lefties and the righties in the pen. It's a disaster if you're trying to back a bat there. If you're taking unders, you're probably looking all right. But then they just smash the same-sidedness, so it's just a disaster. As for Bayo, we know by now ground ball is special. Shout out ridiculous stuff from Greg Ehrenberg in the Premium Discord as well. You end up getting that extension for you-know-who. Guy I didn't think was going to be with this team after this year because he just bounces around to teams like, well, we're not going to make that joke. Aroldis Chapman is who I'm talking about, by the way. He is absolutely out of control, going to win AL Reliever of the Year, and we got that one north of that plus 500 mark in the Premium Discord. Shout out Aroldis for being a god and nobody really recognizing that, 3 months ago when we made those bets. Altuve home run, just a lean for now, but it's a lefty on the mound in Mr. Yusei Kikuchi, and I say Kakachi, but you say Kikuchi, and that's fine. Altuve, he was your guy on Thursday. He goes yard for us, just normal stuff, just like me doing that accent for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Let's get rid of that. Montgomery home run. There's only 3 players in the major leagues who have more home runs than Montgomery does at this point in the second half of the season. It's like Kyle Schwarber, who is the other one that was just ridiculous. It wasn't even Cal Raleigh. Why did I say Raleigh? It's ridiculous. My brain, I'm not on vacation anymore. I've been putting in that work, Devin. Don't give up. Another one. A's Cardinals under 8. This one I'm actually kind of interested in. This Morales fellow has actually been all right, and I didn't really know a ton about him coming in because I don't have my dynasty team anymore. So I learned about a lot of these players right when they drop at the same time as you. And Luis Morales gets called up. It's always so hard to know what to make of PCL numbers because the Pacific Coast League, where teams like the A's AAA organization, it's impossible to figure out what you got. But he's only 22 years of age. He was the number 3 prospect for the Athletics, 80th in baseball. And the fastball velo is 97, 98, and it comes along with a change slider that I like. The sweeper, God, it's just one of those pitches that there's a couple of adjustments that I think I would want to make. But in 82 pitches of it, I don't give a shit that it doesn't have any swing and miss. It's got a 0 batting average against it. Oh, Drake Baldwin just hit a bomb. Oh, that wasn't even a bomb. Drake Baldwin. Matt Damon. Strider over 2.5 earned runs here. Wind blowing in at Wrigley ever so slightly. Nothing crazy. Colin Ray, though, on the other side of this one. Not going to back the Cubs. And you know Spencer Strider by now. Somebody I like to go out of my way to try to pick on. Boy, did that work out well. We hit a 25x prize picks card a couple of weeks ago targeting him. On this program, we added the Strider and Paul Skeens over earned runs. You didn't see that anywhere else. I can tell you that much. That parlay was fun. I just think they're going to start packing it in more and more here. And Strider still is the kind of stuff where I don't know if I want to attack it with wind in at Wrigley because he can be a little bit more aggressive there. Solo shots don't kill you. It's the walks and then the solo shots. Well, no, they wouldn't be solo then. Good job, Eric. Phillies taking on Milwaukee. Oh, it's the Sunday Night Baseball narrative, and now they travel to Milwaukee. Guess what? It's a trend that doesn't really have a lot of substance to it. Now, I know a lot of people are going to come at me and be like, oh, I did this or that. I'm looking at the numbers right now. Sunday Night Baseball, day after, you'd be down units betting that every single time. 2.8 units this year, just Sunday Night Baseball. Nothing crazy. And again, that's betting just money lines. So it's a little bit louder because you might have like a minus 200 that you would then be invested, 2 units to win 1 or 1 unit to win half, depending on how you structure your bankroll. For me, it'd be like 1 to win half. But yeah, I don't really think you should be digging into that. That said, I hope the Phillies show up and frickin' suck because the Miz is on the mound. And the Miz, he's got that dog in him. And you know that already. But Jacob Mizrowski, 10 strikeouts against Arizona last time out. And Arizona's what the kids call hot. I don't care about things like that. But I care about the Miz. The Miz needs our respect and love. And the Giants in Colorado. This is another one that I have actually a ton of interest in. Ended up on the over of 10.5 runs in the Coors Field game today. And I needed Ian Happ to hit a bomb that ended up securing the dub there. It is so valuable to have those half runs in increments in a place like Coors Field. Well, yes and no. Obviously, it's the most high variance ballpark because 11.5, but I'm saying 10.5 was such an easy bet. 11.5, when you start structuring it in a way where it's like 6-5 ends up being a loss, You're asking for a lot of offensive output. The Colorado Rockies have to come along for the ride in some capacity. Shout out a Mickey Moniak triple to just kind of make things work there. Yeah, the Braves going to win this game? This is absurd. This is absurd. I'm always watching baseball. Plus, Notre Dame was awful in that first half. I don't really feel like watching any more college football at the moment. So we're going to get back to that football game. It's like, what, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific as I record this. But yeah, we should actually get to the play, shouldn't we? But anyway, San Francisco and Colorado, you know by now when Colorado is hosting a team, and San Francisco had no problem putting up runs in San Francisco over the course of the last week. And this Kaiwei Tang, you best believe I am not backing him against Colorado. I think Colorado should be able to get enough there done for us. And Chase Dollander, 12.2% barrel percentage. He must pay for his sins. Hey, first time I've said that this show. Second time I've said it this time. Join the Lindy and Friends Discord where it is awesome times. And it's not just myself out there in the streets. We've got some really sharp people throwing some really sharp plays. And hey, you like some of those longer odds, the builders. Trust me, I know a lot of you guys are hanging out watching Kyle Kerbs, as you should be. I know a lot of you are out there watching Matt Modi, which you should be, in the YouTube streets. These are great things. Ensemble all of your knowledge together. You guys are putting in so many hours watching, consuming content, my content, their content, everybody's content. Come kick it in a place where everybody knows your name. 50% off, or, you could be named Lemon Fresh, and I don't know your name, but I absolutely love you, even though I didn't fail your card today. Whatever, $10 for the weekly, $25 for the monthly. Would love to see you all there. Let's get to the play, shall we? Boop. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell as we're back. Thank you for letting me have a vacation on Friday. Did not put up a video. Ended up having a decent betting day on Friday, mainly because of one guy from Texas. Hellman, are you kidding me? That was fantastic. I just thought there was a chance against a lefty that he was going to get upgraded from the 9-hole to maybe 5, 6. He ends up leading off, and then, he ends up hitting a homer later in the game. A lot of it is trying to get ahead of the curve on lineup order. I don't know if you've noticed that from time to time, the way I talk about Cincinnati and Matt McClain and things of that nature. Hopefully you're always listening to that. But let's talk about this, because Baltimore, they end up adding, I'm going to say, a generational catcher prospect. Their second that they've had now in the last 5 years. You end up getting the monkey off the back for Samuel Basallo, and he goes yard. Good stuff. But so far this season, doesn't strike out a ton, but he's very slow. And the bat speed, despite everything being there, again, 43.8% hard hit, there are certain pitch mixes that I think he's going to struggle against. This is going to be a primary slider pitcher coming out in Dylan Cease. Now, he throws the four-seamer and slider about the identical amounts, but I look at a lot of these guys on the Baltimore side. I think this is a good spot for Dylan Cease to end up racking up some Ks as well, but didn't end up adding that one to the portfolio here yet. Do want to see that Baltimore lineup. You got some interesting stuff. Again, Adley Rutschman probably not going to be back the rest of this year. We know that. We got Kobe Mayo, who's starting to look a little bit more like the first baseman that was promised here. But will he be in there against a righty? We don't really know. You got Ryan Mountcastle there. Somebody's got a DH. Somebody's got to play catcher. You got Alex Jackson. Woo-hoo. Probably going to end up being in there maybe tomorrow. But your everyday catcher most of the time, Samuel Basallo. Why am I saying all of this? Well, because I think Dylan Cease should have success, and I want to back him, but I don't know if I want to pick on this version of Kyle Bradish that we just saw. And I know it's only one start. And I know that it's a loud sample size, and I preach against this all the time. But let's dig in a little bit further. Frickin' 217 xwOBA. xwOBA, expected weighted on base average. This is such a big part of what I do. And the xwOBAcon was at 414. So a lot higher than what you would want to see there, but that ends up being a little bit louder. 1.82 expected ERA, awesome stuff. 11 batted balls, had 2 barrels in it. Wouldn't want to see 2 or 3 barrels in, one outing. That would be awful, and more than likely a ball goes yard with some of these San Diego bats, that there's power and responsibility in that lineup. But I love the sinker. I love how good this pitch has been for Kyle Bradish forever. You go back to last year before he got hurt, 159 batting average, 138 expected batting average. Looked great in the first outing if it's his primary pitch going forward, and it should be. 29 pitches, 182 batting average, 142 expected batting average. And then the slider curveball. I don't expect, the ridiculous amount of swing and miss that he had there in that first outing. And again, you can point to one outing for anybody and it's going to be hysterically loud from time to time. But It was against a Boston Red Sox team that I obviously have a lot of respect for and has played amazing baseball in the second half of this season. So I have to take the under. I think this is straightforward. This is an 8 minus 110. This should be 7.5 minus 115 to the under, and it's not. It's not a huge benefit of you to have this half run here to the 8, but I'll take it. I guess a 5-3 situation ends up being a push for us, so that is all right for me. But man, does the under look good at these starting pitchers continue to do their thing, and the bullpen, we know what it is on the San Diego side. It's still holding up okay in the post-trade deadline here for Baltimore. So we continue on our merry way to Seattle and Tampa. Boy, I'm long-winded today. The Seattle, well, I had a little making up to do for you in a nice way. Now, I love my wife. Castillo taking on Baz here. You should know by now. We're going to attack Castillo outside of Seattle. 10.7% barrel percentage, 47.9% hard hit. Is there a lefty who's made us any money on this program or on Lindy's long balls that's up nearly 20 units now on playing just a quarter unit play in the home run department? I'm up almost 41 units now on the season in home runs. That's pretty good. Brandon Lau. Come on, guys. You should know it's Brandon Lau by now. I mean, anything better than plus 255. I mean, the guy's a home run machine. The most homers in baseball from the second base position. 46.8% hard hit, 357 xWOBA, 515 expected slugging, nearly. I mean, the XISO against righties is just ridiculous. So Brandon Lau, lefty extraordinaire, go yard for us. I guess he went yard today. Was it left on left today? No. Brad Lord. Probably should have bet that. This is going to be an awesome spot for him there. Pay attention to the weather. It looks like there are some pop-ups there in the Tampa area, but I think we'll be all right. Plus, I always like backing a bat with weather looming as opposed to a pitcher. You should know why. Unless I'm taking an under of a pitcher, in which case, let it rain. Let it pour. Oh, when it rains, it pours when you're a Texas Rangers fan this season, taking on Arizona. Our last play of the night. Hit that like button. And Corey Seager, appendectomy, shutting down. Wild, too, because there's some teams that, could still win, go on a nice little 6-7 game win streak and put themselves into wild card contention. That's kind of what's fun about the extended wild card looks here in recent years. I don't love that baseball ends up going to 3 games, and then 5 games, and then 7 games. It's such a low variance amount for such a long season, but I guess there's not really a better way to do it. And I love 7-game MLB series, so despite the fact that, again, very high variance type outcomes. But speaking of which, let's talk about high variance, shall we? We've got Patrick Corbin, somebody that I successfully backed in DFS the other day, which is just wild. He ends up just mowing down dudes. It was wild to watch, but it's still Patrick Corbin. Come on, 444 expected slugging, 273 expected batting average. That had more to do with he was taking on the Angels, and I thought there was some swing and miss potential, and boy, oh boy, did that come to fruition. Holy mother of God. Should have laddered that one, Eric, but it's okay. Sometimes it's the bets that you avoid that are problematic, and you don't want to get yourself invested so much in every single one of these spots that, I think I have a take. Well, it's okay to have FOMO and just sit one out here and there, except for when it's lemon fresh in the Discord. Arizona, though. Hey, my skin looks glowing. This is nice. I got a little sun there on the coast. Arizona, though, this one is fun, friends. Ryan Nelson, I think he's actually going to have a lot of success. This is going to be a more righty-heavy lineup, and then you're going to get Jock Peterson, Rowdy Tellez, probably Alejandro Osuna at the bottom half of this one. Jonah Heim, I suppose, is going to be a switch hitter. Josh Smith. Okay, maybe more lefties than you would expect, but as I run the projection for this, you get Adolis Garcia out there, Wyatt Langford out there, Josh Young, I assume, is going to be out there still. Maybe Cody Freeman, and then Michael Hellman usually playing that center fielder roaming area, although, that can definitely be a little bit more Ezekiel Duran, who can play every position, it feels like, under the sun. First base, second base, shortstop, outfield, all of the damn things. But this is all just a lot of ado about nothing. Arizona -1, played some really good baseball against the Dodgers over the course of the week. And that is, Dodgers came off of sweeping Cincy, and then you got Teoscar Hernandez getting benched because of 2 games against Arizona, just debacles going on there. Will Smith bails them out on Sunday after, they've had some bullpen weirdness here, the Dodgers have, that's for sure. High variance. But Arizona, this one's very straightforward. If this is inside of -120, you just bet this. Arizona -1. It's Patrick Corbin after all. Don't forget about that. Don't forget, Nowadays, everybody want to talk like you got something to say. So say it in tails. Or you could move your lips, just a bunch of gibberish with the F stuff like that. Like you forgot about Dre or Lindy. Don't forget about Lindy. I'm right here. But the link's down there. Go sign up. And that does it for a Labor Day edition of MLB Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Head to the comment section below. Let me know your favorite plays that exist on the board for this one. Going to be firing up tons of plays nice and early in the premium Discord. Already have everything posted here for these ones. Not those ones, but these ones. Not those ones, but these ones. Let's get ourselves some W's here. And I'll have Lindy's long balls posted as well, which again, last week was hot fire yet again. I love seeing amazing content contributors here in Tails that have had amazing MLB homer runs and MLB runs in general. And I know NFL's showing up, but don't you worry. We're going to keep rocking every single day, as opposed to last year where it was kind of like, what do we do? I'm good at this baseball thing. I'm going to keep doing this baseball thing. And NFL will obviously come along for the ride. I'll tell you more about that on Tuesday. Until then, friends, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the MLB streets on Monday. Bye.